Panginoon. Maraming salamat po muli sa panibagong araw na pinagkaloob niyo sa akin, Panginoon, na kami nagkatipon-tipon dito para mag-aral, Panginoon, at sa aming teacher, Panginoon, maraming salamat po at patuloy niya kaming binibigyan ng karunungan, Panginoon, at nagtsatsaga para matuto kami. Yan lang po, tinatanong ko lang sa inyo at sa parangal. Pasalamat, Jesus name pray. Amen.
So class, before you take a seat, please pick up the piece of paper under your chair and put it in the statue. After that, you will be seated now. So now I will call your name and say present if you are here. Novero, Zoe Pia. Perilia.
Present.
Manintin.
Present.
Okay, all of you are present today. So now, we will study the Rizal Law, Republic Act number 1425, understanding its historical context, provisions, and continuing relevance. So, at the end of this lesson, I have here the objectives: explain the historical context of the 19th century Philippines, the importance of studying Rizal, and the key provisions of Republic Act number 1425, including the 1956 legislative debates. And next, develop a deeper sense of national civic duty and proactive citizenship by internalizing the nationalistic intents of the law and construct a clear structural layout script of advocacy material that link Rizal 19th century for specific to the 21st century. Our class, let us guess who is this in the screen. First, who is this?
Lalo and Recto.
Okay, very good. Next,
Josepi Lauren.
and the next one.
Josepi Rizal.
Okay, Josepi Rizal. So very good. So now we have the first activity. So this pre-assessment is not graded. It is to determine your prior knowledge about this subject. So get one first sheet of paper. I will give you 5 minutes to answer this question. Okay, we begin. Okay, finish? Yes. Okay, let's answer your pre-assessment. So number 1, who want to answer? Okay, Kathleen. Please read first.
Republic Act number 1425 mandates the study of Rizal's life, works, and writing in all public and private schools, colleges, and universities.
Okay, very good. Number 2, who want to answer? Okay.
Senator Claro M. Recto was one of the prominent figures who strongly opposed the passage of the original Rizal Bill. False po.
Okay. The next one, or number 3, who wants to answer? Okay, Rendell.
Number 3, the Catholic Church in 1956 fully supported the immediate passage of the Rizal Bill without any condition.
Okay, number 4. Who wants to answer? Number 4? Okay. Oh, Kathleen, you answer again.
The term unexpurgated means that the copies of Non-Unitacere and El Filibusterismo to be read must be uncensored and complete. True.
Okay. How about number 5? The last. Okay. What's that?
The Rizal Law was enacted primarily to promote commercial tourism in the Philippines. False po.
Okay, very good. So, who got 5? Wow, very good. 4. Wow, all of you are perfect. I know that you have the prior knowledge regarding our topic for today. Let's go to the next activity, that is debate scramble. So, in our direction, you will divide into two groups. And you will choose one representative, and she will come over here at the front and will say the right answer. So, gagawin nyo ay kuha lang kayo ng isang representative sa grupo nyo, pag-uusapan ninyo yung tamang sagot doon sa scrambled letter, and then siya, ang mag-move forward dito sa unahan ay yung representative para sabihin yung tamang sagot. Yun ay paunahan. Okay, let's begin. Unawa nyo na? Okay, let's begin. The first scrambled letter.
Coronavirus.
Okay?
Controversy po.
Okay, the right answer is controversy.
Ano?
Palakad, let's round of applause. Next scrambled letter. What's this? Come forward.
Nationalism.
Okay, very good. Give me a round of applause. Okay, and last, nationalism, and last. Come over. Okay, very good. Give Jake a round of applause. What these three words have in common? Ano ba ang pagkaka-ugnay-ugnay o pagkakapare-parehas ng mga taong yan? Bakit they are... Who want to answer? Yes.
These
Princess.
words are related to the Rizal Law because it became controversial, promoted nationalism, and was authored by Senator Claro M. Recto.
Okay, that is very good answer. So this lesson related to our lesson because Republic Act number 1425 became controversial and it promoted nationalism, and the author of this is Claro M. Recto. So this is our lesson for today. Republic Act number 1425 and known as the Rizal Law. Very good. So now let's go to the pro-Rizal Law versus anti-Rizal Law. So ano yung pagkakaiba ng pro-Rizal Law and anti-Rizal Law? So we will explain here the historical context of the 19th century Philippines and the importance of studying Jose Rizal and the provision. So it's about the snippet analysis. When we say snippet, do you have any idea what is snippet means? Do you have idea what is snippet means? Okay. Darren?
A snippet, short quotation or statement taken from a longer speech, article, document, or in it present only most ideas without
Okay.
without showing the entire text.
Okay, very good. When we say snippet, it is a short quotation or document taken from a longer document or article. And it presents only the most important idea without showing the entire text. That is snippet. So now, let us, in this activity, the snippet are based on the debates during the passage of the Rizal Bill in 1956. What we have to do is to identify this sentence, if it's pro-Rizal law or anti-Rizal law. So una, first, who wants to answer the sentence? It is pro-Rizal law or anti-Rizal law? The first one, compulsion to read this book is a violation of religious freedom. Is it pro-Rizal law or anti-Rizal law? It is what? It is? What's that? What's that? Anti-Rizal law. What is the reason why it is anti-Rizal law? Because at that time, they are reading the book of Jose Rizal. It gives violations for the religious belief of that time. So that is anti-Rizal law. How about number 2? We need to understand our national identity through our own history. Is it pro-Rizal law That is what is that?
Pro-Rizal law.
Rizal law. So, correct. So, now we need to understand our national identity through our own history. So, now let us go to our processing question. So, based on the snippet, what do you think the study of historical novels like Noli and Fili caused such a massive conflict among Filipino leaders in 1956? Do you have idea? Ano yung controversial na nangyari at that time? Based on the snippets. So why do you think the Rizal Bill become controversial? Bakit ba naging controversial yung Rizal Bill sa panahon noon? Okay.
The Rizal Bill became controversial because the pro-Rizal law group wanted students to study Rizal's work to develop patriotism and nationalism, while the anti-Rizal law group believed that requiring students to read the novels might violate religious freedom.
Okay, very good. Because at that time, nung oras kasing yun, nung sa Rizal law, naging controversial siya kasi naging pro-Rizal mo yun. Kasi yung mga estudyante nag-aaral ng Rizal at saka yung life and work at Rizal, kasi ang dinidevelop nung time na yun is patriotism at saka nationalism nung that time. So ngayon, number 2, how did your group differentiate? Paano ba nyo na-differentiate yung pagkakaiba ng pro-Rizal law at anti-Rizal law? So number 2, how did the group differentiate a pro-Rizal law statement from anti-Rizal law statement under their constraint? Ano yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa? Paano nyo nakita yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa? Okay, and then?
We look at the main idea of each statement. If it supported study Rizal works and promoted nationalism, we identified it as pro-Rizal law. And if it focuses on religious objections, we identified it as anti-Rizal law.
Okay, very good. You analyze the message of each statement before decoding. So now let us go to the question number 3. Why is it important to look back? Bakit kaya kailangan nating balikan? Ano po? At the arguments of both sides instead of just reading the final text of the law. Bakit kailangan nating balikan? What's the reason? Yes?
It is important because it helps us understand the different viewpoints during the debate. It also teaches us to respect different opinions and understand why the Rizal laws was eventually passed.
Okay, excellent answer. Then understanding both sides help us to appreciate the historical background and the significance of Republic Act 1425. So now, let us discuss Jose Rizal. Sino may kilala kay Dr. Jose Rizal? Kilala niyo ba si Dr. Jose Rizal? Okay, lahat ay may kilala kay Dr. Jose Rizal. Sabi dito, Jose Rizal was a brave and smart Filipino who wanted freedom and fairness for our country. Kailan ba siya pinanganak? He was born on
July 19, 1861.
Okay, he was born on June 19, 1861. During the 19th century, Filipinos suffered under systematic social injustice, clerical abuses, and restricted liberties. So ayan, siya ay matapang na bayani natin. Alam natin kung bakit siya tinawag na Dr. Jose Rizal. Bakit ba siya tinawag na Dr. Jose Rizal? Doktor. Yan, nag-aral siya ng medisina. Bakit ba siya nag-aral? Ano yung nag-force sa kanya at nag-aral siya ng medisina?
Gusto niya po magdamot na kanyang nagugulan dahil
Yeah, is a perfect answer. Nag-aral siya ng medisina kasi gusto niya ma-cure yung sakit ng panlalabo ng mata ng kanyang nanay. Kaya nagkuha siya, kaya naging ophthalmologist siya, si Jose Rizal. Very good. So now, Dr. Jose Rizal used critical literature as a scientific and surgical tool to expose the social-political analysis of the Spanish regime, arguing that emancipatory education is the prerequisite to true national sovereignty. He wrote 2 important books. Ano yung dalawang kanyang sinulat? Okay, very good. That is the 2, ito yung kilalang kilala na meron tayo. Ano? Bukas siguro nung kayo ay grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, ang kayo elementary, ay kilala nyo na si Rizal. Ano? Na si Rizal ay mayroong dalawang aklat, at yung aklat na yon ay Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo. So now, yan. Catholic Church schools written because of communities and anti-Catholic recto and laureate. Archbishop of Manila Rufino Santos requested recto to only require the expurgated version of Rizal 2 novels, but recto refused and insisted the use of unexpurgated version of the Rizal novel. So later we will explain it. So now let us go to the Republic Act 1425, widely known as the Rizal Law. So anong ang Republic Act number 1425? Ano siya? Anong tawag? Okay, very good. That is Rizal Law. It serves as a cornerstone of the Philippine educational system by mandating the study of Dr. Jose Rizal lives and works enacted during a period of post-war reconstruction. The law was designed to ignite a sense of national pride and civic duty among the youth. By analyzing his revolutionary writings, students are challenged to reflect on the historical struggles for freedom and apply those lessons to modern citizenship. So, nung time na yan, nagkaroon ng batas, at yan nga yung Rizal Law, at yun ay Republic Act number 1425. At nung time na yan, doon yung nagkaroon ng, sabi nga ay, ang kabataan, ang pag-asa ng bayan. Pero ang tanong, hanggang ngayon ba, totoo pa rin ang kabataan, ang pag-asa ng bayan? Sa tingin nyo, sa inyo, bilang isang kabataan, kayo pa rin ba ang pag-asa ng bayan? Hindi pa rin. Hindi pa rin. So, tingnan natin yung historical background ng ating context RA for 1425. So, the Republic Act number 1425, also known as Rizal Law, was approved and signed. Nino, sino nag-approve at saka sino pumirma?
President
Okay, kayong nag-approve na magkaroon ng Republic Act 1425, ano, or Rizal Law. Ano po? Si Ramon Magsaysay. At noong June 12, 1956, an act of mandating all public and private institutions, including state universities, colleges, include the Jose Rizal Life Course and Writing as a course across program. So, nang time na yan, noong napirmahan na siya ni Ramon Magsaysay, ay isinapabatas na lahat ng colleges, universities, public and private school ay magkakaroon ng subject na life and works of Dr. Jose Rizal. So ayan po ay nasa batas. Kaya napapag-aralan natin, kaya tayo ay mayroong subject na life and works of Jose Rizal. So ano yung significance? Ano ba yung kahalagahan ng RA for 1425? So it provides insight on how to deal with current problems. It helps to understand better ourselves as Filipinos. It teaches nationalism. It provides various essential life lessons and serves as a worthwhile inspiration to every Filipino. So dahil nga doon sa pagkakaroon ng batas na yon, ang mga isipan natin, ang mata natin ay namulat doon sa katotohanan. Kasi nung time nung una, tayo ay naabuso. Nagkaroon ng forced labor, nagtrabaho ang mga Pilipino, nasakop ng mga Spanish, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng legislative mandates of RA 1425. And ayon sa Section 1, pabasa, Section 1. Sige? Princess, pabasa ko ng Section 1.
Jose Rizal's Noli Me Tangere and Filibusterismo are hereby declared compulsory reading matter in all public and private schools, colleges, and universities in the Philippines.
Yan. Doon sa ating legislative mandates ay sa ating pag-aaral sa Jose Rizal natin at El Filibusterismo ay diniklara ng compulsory yung pagbabasa ng libro ni Jose Rizal. Kaya pagdating siguro natin ng grade 7, grade 8 yata meron, yung ang El Filibusterismo, di pa lang dati 4th year ako. Di ko lang alam ngayon kung ano yung pinapag-aralan sa panahon natin ngayon. Ano? So, yun ay sa public, private schools at mga colleges and university. For section 2, kabasa ako. Section 2, kabasa ako, Rendel.
The words in Section 1 of this act shall be in the original edition or in their unexported English and national language versions.
Yan. So, diyan ay sabi doon, the words in section 1 of this act shall be in original editions. So, hindi yun nabago. Palipat-lipat man ng taon, nagpalipat-lipat man ng taon, hindi na bago yung kwento tungkol kay Rizal. Ano? Hindi na ayun pa rin yung tungkol sa kanya. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng original edition. So, section 3. Who wants to read? Section 3, Jacob.
The Department of Education shall take steps to
Promulgate.
promulgate rules and regulations for the
Implementation.
implementation of the provision of this act.
Okay. Section 4. Who wants to read section 4? Read section 4, yes.
No provision of this act shall be construed as prohibiting or limiting the study of the works of other Filipino students.
Okay. Then the last, section 5. Who wants to read? Who wants to read section 5? Okay, Darren.
The sum of 300,000 pesos is hereby authorized to be appropriated out of any fund not otherwise appropriated in the National Treasury to carry out the purposes of this act.
Okay, thank you for reading that section. Then last, the section 6. Last. So I will read, this act shall take effect upon each approval. So, yung ating legislative mandates of RA 1425, nakabog ka sa section 6 na nangyari o nagkaroon ng effective, naging effective yun upon the approval. Ano po, napag-usapan yan, hindi naman basta-basta yan itinuro agad o sinabatas agad, kundi nagkaroon muna ng pag-aaral muna yun bago nagkaroon ng approval. Ano? So now, for our legislative mapping, we have also here the activity. So remaining, so meron tayong 2 groups kanina, tama? So remaining your 2 groups. So student examine the core section of Republic Act number 1425 and identify its corresponding purpose. So doon lang tayo kukuha sa ano. Di ba may section 1 tayo, section 2, section 3. So doon lang natin i-identify yun. Look at this. Look at here at the screen. So, sabi dito sa section 1, mandatory inclusion of visualized words and writing, especially unexpurgated novels. Ano siya? Ano nangyari? Okay, very good. So, section 2. Let's read together. Obligation of educational institutions to maintain a sufficient number of copies in their libraries. So, anong inaano niya?
Promote patriotism and nationalism.
Okay, section 3. Let us read together. Mandatory translation and widespread printing of the text in English and major vernacular dialects. So, ano yun?
Help more Filipinos understand Rizal's ideas.
Okay, very good. Let us go to the importance of studying Rizal in the 19th century. So, kayo ay doon pa rin sa grupo nyo, you are working in the same group. So, ang kailangan nyo lang, basahin yung statement at i-identify nyo kung ito ay importance of studying Rizal or in the 19th century Philippines. So, you have divided into 2 groups again. Then identify it is importance or 19th century. Number 1, who wants to answer? Yes, Princess?
Rizal's writing awakened Filipino nationalism. Importance of studying Rizal.
Okay, very good. So Rizal writings inspired Filipinos to love the country and to fight for freedom. So number 2, yes, Randall.
Filipinos experienced discrimination and abuse during Spanish colonial rule. The 19th century Philippines.
Okay, very good. The 19th century. So this statement described that social conditions during the Spanish colonial period. How about number 3? Who wants to answer number 3? Yes, Jacob. Number 3.
Study with Rizal develops
Patriotism.
responsibility. Importance studying.
Okay, very good. Importance of studying Rizal. Because one of the goals of the Rizal Law is to develop patriotism and responsible citizenship among Filipinos. So how about number 4? Who wants to answer number 4? Number 4? Okay, Darren. Read
19th
number 4.
century Philippines was marked by social injustice and
Inequality.
inequality. 19th century.
Okay, very good. 19th century Philippines. So, another? Number 5? Who wants to answer number 5? Yes, Jacob.
Rizal believed that education was the key to achieving freedom and progress.
What's the answer?
Importance of studying Rizal.
Yes, that is importance of studying Rizal. Very good. Let's give a round of applause for everyone. So now let's go to the good job everyone. So we have next connecting the eras. So our direction, so you as students, you will analyze and showing how the conditions of 19th century. I-analyze nyo lang, i-exert nyo lang kung ano ba yung condition ng 19th century dito sa Pilipinas. Yun ay naka-influensya sa panahon ni Dr. Jose Rizal sa kanyang pagkasulat at doon sa Republic Act number 1425. Sabi doon nagre-requires ng pag-aaral ng buhay at gawa ni Rizal. So working independently, students complete the table below by relating the issues during Rizal time to present day. So tingnan natin. So meron din yan sa inyo. Sa inyong kopya. I have given you, bago tayo nagsimula, nagbigay ako sa inyo ng copy about doon sa ating topic for today. So we have here the question, processing question natin, sagutan natin. So why it is important for Filipino students to study Jose Rizal in school? Bakit mahalaga ang pag-aaral at yung sulat ni Rizal sa atin? Yes, Princess.
It is important because Rizal's life and works teach us patriotism, love for our country, civic responsibility, and the value of education. They also inspire us to become responsible and active citizens.
Okay, very good. So studying Rizal help us understand our history and encourage us to become a better Filipino. So yun yung bakit dahilan, kung bakit isinulat ni Rizal. So number 2 question. Yes, Kathleen.
It helps us
How-
understand.
How does learning about the conditions of the 19th century Philippines help us understand present-day social issues?
It helps us understand that many of today's problems have historical roots. By learning history, we can better understand current issues and find ways to solve them.
Okay, thank you. So, yung history natin, mag-aaral sa atin para matuto tayo from the past and make better decision for the future. So, lahat naman, kapag lahat na nangyari ng una, ay nagbigay sa atin ng lesson yan para doon sa panahon natin in the future, makapag-desisyon ka ng tama. So, question number 3. Question number 3. Yes?
Of Rizal's ideas can Filipino youth apply today to become responsible and active citizens. Filipino youth can apply Rizal's ideals by valuing education, loving their country, being honest, thinking critically, respecting others, obeying the law, and participating in community activities.
Okay, thank you. So, your answer is a practical ways of living out Rizal ideals in daily lives. Ano? Yung sagot mo na yan ay nagpapakita lang kung ano yung sabi natin, practical ways na meron sa atin ngayon. Ano? Yung pagiging honest, pagmamahal sa ating bansa, pag-respeto sa isa't isa, pag-obey po sa natin. So, ayun, doon na sa topic yan. So, how about number 4? So, number 4, if Republic Act number 1425 had not been enacted, ano, kung hindi nagkaroon ng batas niyan, how might Filipino nationalism and civic awareness be different today? Yes, Darren.
Many Filipinos might not fully understand Rizal's life and contribution. Nationalism, patriotism, and civic awareness might be weaker because students would have fewer opportunities to learn about Rizal ideas and their importance.
Okay, very good. So, yung Rizal Law ay helps preserve our history and strengthen our identity as Filipinos by encouraging every generation to learn from Rizal life and work. Kasi sa pamagitan niya, na-preserve yung history na meron tayo. Kita nyo, buhat pa 18, pinanganak si Rizal, 1861. So ngayon ay taong 2026. But the history remains. Na-preserve yung history ni Rizal. Gaano na, ilang dekada na nagdaan, pero nabubuhay pa rin si Rizal. Kahit wala na si Rizal, kahit patay na, pero yung history niya nananatili. At yun ay na-preserve natin mga Pilipino. So, ngayon, sabi dito, Republic Act number 1425 is far more than a bureaucratic academic requirements. Na itong batas na ito ay hindi lang dahil na isa pa batas o naging requirement na meron tayo sa pag-aaral. But it is a deliverance legislative tool meant to preserve the soul of the Philippines. Bakit? Nagkaroon tayo ng deliverance kasi sa pamamagitan ni Rizal, nabuksan yung isipan ng mga tao pagdating sa kalayaan. At dahil doon, the intense battles fought over his enacted pride that Rizal ideas remain potent, disruptive, and deeply relevant. Ultimately, the law challenges every generation of Filipinos to look into the mirror of the past. Lagi natin nakikita yung nakaraan. Lagi natin binabalikan natin gaano ba kahalaga yung ginawa ni Rizal para sa atin. So ngayon, punta tayo doon sa a creative social literacy resolution. So meron tayo niyan. Ang gagawin nyo as youth, itatayo kayo bilang youth advocate. Magiging communicators kayo, ipapahayag nyo bilang isang kabataan kung ano yung gusto nyong iparating sa ating mga kabataan sa panahon natin ngayon. So, it will happen on the next day. So, I will give you 2 days para gawin yung youth advocate na yan at you will present that on the next day. So, understand? So, meron tayong rubrics. Kung kailangan magiging creative kayo, yung speech delivery ninyo, kailangan maayos, at dapat magiging akma at napapanahon yung gagawin yung advocacy. So, understand? So now, let's go to the post-assessment. So, para malaman ko kung may natuto ba kayo tungkol kay Rizal, get 1 first sheet of paper. Kumuha kayo na ngayon. 1 first sheet of paper. Tingnan natin kung minatandaan ba kayo patungkol kay Rizal. So I give you 5 minutes. So our direction, just read this question and choose the best answer. So I give you 5 minutes. So number 1, you will read and answer. Finish? Okay, how about number 2?
Okay na po.
Finish? Finish class? Answering number 2? Okay. Number 3.
Finish.
Finish? Para How about number 4? What does the word unexpurgated mean in the context of Rizal mandate? Okay, finish? Okay, the last, number 5. Just read carefully. Finish? Okay. Just mind your own paper and let's check your own paper. Check your own paper. Be honest to check your paper. So number 1, what's the answer? How about number 2? Number 3? Number 4? And number 5? Who got a perfect answer? Wow, all of you score. All of you are perfect. Oh, let's give us a round of applause. Huh? One ka lang. Maybe
Better luck next time.
better luck next time. So I know that you understand the Rizal life and works. Na alam natin na si Rizal, sabi niya lagi na ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. So napag-aralan natin nawa bilang isang mga kabataan, maging mabuti tayo, maging iba sa iba bilang isang kabataan. Let's value yung buhay na ginawa ni Rizal. Para sa atin yung sulat na ginawa na nag-open sa atin ang mind na patungo doon sa kalayaan na meron tayo ngayon na tinatamasa. At ano man meron tayo ngayong buhay ay ipagpasalamat lagi at tingnan lagi na mas mabuti ang gawin natin kaysa noong una. So thank you class and God bless us all.